Bro, I think it's funny that Marvel went from having post-credit scenes that we can't back up to we're just going to full on spoil the ending to movies that we have coming up soon. But let's talk about it. Cue the intro.
Up in the sky, it's a bird.
It's a plane!
It's a geek.
The Thunderbolts movie was amazing. And by the way, this is spoilers. This is not a review. This is more just a discussion. I'm not going to go piece by piece with the movie. I think what this movie did well was make something out of nothing. I wasn't really excited for this movie until this year when I started seeing kind of the rumors and what they were going to do with it. If you look at the core essence of what this movie was about, looking at it from the perspective of having a group of people who are honestly not really interesting characters for the most part. And if you look deeper, these are also characters who also had failed projects or failed movies from the fans' perspective. So they're failures on both sides. And Marvel somehow found a way to give that together and bring them together and make it work. This movie was about teamwork on a huge scale and seeing how people who have bad pasts can come together and work together. There's a scene where when they're trying to get out and they finally get out from using each other, teamwork again, using each other to get out and climb out the tunnel. John Walker, he's looking, he reminisces, he touches the void, he touches Sentry, and he looks down, all the way down the thing they just climbed out of. And it almost looked like, because before that we had got the flashback of him basically being a bad parent. It almost looked like he wanted to commit suicide. And it was stuff like that that was like, bro, this movie is deep. And then we have the scene where Yelena is right there. Yelena is talking to Red Guardian. Red Guardian's trying to be a dad. Yelena is saying, yo, I needed you. Red Guardian's saying, yo, I'm here now. She's explaining, yo, I've been feeling alone. I've been feeling like I don't really have a purpose. I'm just walking on day by day. All I do is do my job, come back home, get drunk, and repeat it. There's nothing to my life. And her dad is like, yo, you're alone. Now you have people with you. You used to have even things like that with the Thunderbolts name, where it's like they use that name because the Thunderbolts team is when she last had that glimmer and shine of hope in her eyes. And she was having it again with those people around her. And I thought that was great. Sentry was done probably the best they could have done him in this situation. Lewis, he did a remarkable job of portraying Sentry. You could tell he was a very timid person. He didn't really have confidence and he had his own baggage as well. That later led into the void. It later led into him having his dark past and who he is now. And those two things were conflicting with each other and fighting with each other all the time. And to the point where he woke up his powers and it's like, yo, I woke up one side, now the other side is here. He even says like, yo, I have days where I'm really good and I have days when I'm really, really bad. We got that thing where he has someone in Val. Val, by the way, is such a stupid character. I hate Val as a character. Even her whole motivation and plan in this doesn't work. You're gonna tell me that your plan is to get all of these people in here in this one building, in this one area, and incinerate them. Cool, because you're trying to wipe the evidence of the shady stuff you were doing. But then you end putting them on full blast. That was confusing to me. You go from wanting to kill them to wanting to put them on full blast as the Avengers team, which I didn't see that twist coming as them being called as them being like the official Avengers team now. I thought they would go somewhere with like a dark Avengers type thing, but them being the new Avengers team makes sense, and it also makes sense as to why they'll be in the Doomsday and Secret Wars as well. Seeing Bob and seeing how the Void was, I want to get more from Bob. We got enough as far as his background to make the story move, but I want to see more. And that's the thing. That's the main problem I have with this movie. Is they didn't really do a good job with exposition at all here. The pacing was all over the place. You know, there's some stuff we're spending too much time on, and then some stuff we're not spending enough time on. I would have wanted a little more time with John Walker, if I'm being honest with you. I would have wanted a little more time with Ghost, to be honest with you. It was kind of like this is Yelena's movie and Yelena's sidekicks in a way. You know, which there's nothing wrong with that. If we're gonna have a movie about a team, I want them all to be included. And that's kind of a hard thing to do when you have this many people being introduced in this movie. You kind of have to give background information from everybody. So it's like Yelena was the one, and then Sentry was kind of like the next focus after that. And then everything else was kind of like you split it up however you want to split it up. I want to say this, right? This is the weakest we'll ever see Sentry and the Void. Y'all remember, in the comics, the Void had people scared. They had to wipe Sentry's, and they do that here. I like how they reference stuff. They reference that, hey, you know, he doesn't remember what happened with the Void. He doesn't remember what just happened. In the comics, they wipe Sentry's memory so he doesn't know he has powers or anything like that. So it's like, and then when he regains his powers, all the heroes in the Marvel, they're like, yo, you remember that? You know, I think even Hulk was running or some crap in the comics. So I like how they did that with Sentry as well. My negatives, right? My negative was, I already talked about the pacing. The other thing was the comic relief. Now, the jokes in here, for the most part, were actually really, really funny to me. But it got to the end where it was cutting me out. There's the one scene where they're in the freaking, Bucky's chasing them, or the cars are chasing them or whatever, and they're finna get into action, and then Red Guardian flips the switch, and he gets and the music comes on, like the sexy music. And I'm like, bro, cool joke, but this really isn't the time, because I'm starting to get into, okay, we gotta go, we finna go, it's finna get popping. And then you kind of cut it out with that. And there was a lot of times where that happened. Red Guardian, I know, he is supposed to be comic relief, but sometimes, and in this movie it showed his head, they did way too much with it. Way too much. I for the most part, I love everything else. Let's talk about the post-credit scene now. This is gonna be a short video. Let's talk about the post-credit scene. So we get there's two, by the way. Well, if you're reading this or you're watching this, you already know there's two. But there's two. One where it's kind of like another joke, where it's a callback to them being on the Wheaties box. I thought that was funny as well. But the main one is something that obviously was shot a few months ago, and we're getting how they look as the new Avengers. So they look really cool, I'm gonna be honest. Everybody looks cool. Bucky's rocking like the full goatee mustache. Everybody looks amazing. Main thing is like, yo, there's a space crisis going on right now. People are kind of trying to figure out what's going on with the space thing. My thoughts, obviously, there's the thing where you're seeing incursions start to happen. Incursions are being referenced more and more. Or it could be a play on Dr. Doom doing something behind the scenes. We don't know yet. Sentry is still afraid to use his powers again, because if he does, he's going to wake up the other side, and he doesn't want to wake up the other side. So I thought that was cool as well. And that's also a fail-safe, kind of like I said in the comics, a fail-safe. Because if the Void comes back, it's going to be hard to beat. Now, honestly, the Void, my problem with the Void was he was very beatable here. If he comes back like this, it's easy to win again. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you have Bob, who's growing and have more love for these people. But at the same time, you can say that because Bob has more love for these people, maybe the Void will grow as well. So you never know. Like I said, I feel like this is the weakest we'll ever see the Void in Sentry, and it should be, because Void was easily beaten, and the Void don't get beat. Like it gets beat, but he don't be playing around, especially in the comics. So the main thing is they're getting disturbance. Yo, something's coming in from outer space, and we learn it is none other than Fantastic Four. Okay, two things. One, this is a very, very cool post-credit scene. If we don't know that the Fantastic Four comes out in a couple months, and if we don't know that they're already gonna be coming to our universe anyway. So the problem I had with that is you kind of already detail how that well, they don't detail how it happens, but they're detailing the ending process. I'm pretty sure no one in their right mind thought, yo, the Fantastic Four are gonna be able to save their universe. Sad to say, their Earth and universe is going to be getting destroyed, all right? And they're going to be somehow, I think, in Fantastic Four, we'll be seeing Reed build his version of the raft, the life raft, I believe it's called, to be able to escape into different universes. We might see the device, I forgot what it's called, where he's able to see different things that happen in different universes. It's like a mirror in a way. Y'all know what I'm talking about if you read the comic. We're seeing them come in, and they're coming to New York first. I want to say this. Pay off this post-credit scene by having another post-credit scene, or just include it in the movie, where they are meeting the Thunderbolts, the new Avengers team, and that'll be that. But yeah, I felt like people, one thing I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna end it here. Did this feel like a MCU movie, like MCU is back at its apex? No. This doesn't feel like MCU is back as people, I'm so tired of hearing that thing. Did it feel like a perfect MCU movie? How the perfect MCU movie would feel? Absolutely. And I think that's something that we've been missing for a long time, which is why we feel like this movie is the best thing since sliced bread. Great movie, of course. But is it the best since Endgame? No. It's probably like top 3, top 5 for me. But that's not really saying that much. All right, so it was a great movie, but I think because it's like this, right? If we've been eating boo-boo for years and years, when you go and eat Giorno's pizza, the Giorno's gonna taste like the best thing you ever had. But it ain't Papa John's. That's how I felt with this movie. Great, yes, but let's not overdo it. All right. Dark themes, dark messages, very, very well executed for the most part, besides the pacing. But yeah, love the video, like the video. If you don't love the video, still like the video. I'm on the road to before I do that, before I close out, I wanna say I am curious to know what the Fantastic Four will be doing as soon as they touch down. That's what I'm interested. I'm gonna go ahead and close out here. If you love the video, like the video. If you don't love the video, still like the video. I'm on the road to 500 subscribers. I appreciate if you like my content. Share my content. Without further ado, I'm out. Peace.
Now tell me who really gonna hold my back up. Tell me who gonna ride when the stacks up.